Hi guys, James here. Welcome to my channel. Obviously, you're subscribed to me or not, so you know its name. Now, this is a kit I promised you last month. I promised to review this month. It's the Hobby Boss Russian T34/85 tank, model 1944, angle jointed turret. Okay, 148 scale, 402 parts. Combined glue stick and photo etch. Yeah, they do love their grammar. I think it's 14 plus. One decal option. Made in 2017. Kit number 84809. And this was the bit that surprised me. It's got a full interior. Now, let's go on a little bit of history, a bit of a history, back in time a bit. Now, I was watching Nigel's modelling bench one day, and Nigel said about Dave Coley's Emporium. So, obviously, great site, they're a great model site, especially if you want to buy ships, because their Trumpter ships are pretty reasonable. So, I went on there, picked this up. I'd done no research on it, and found out this is a full interior kit for I think I paid $14.99 for it. I think it's $16.99 now. It's gone up in price a little bit. So let's open the box if I can. And look at the parts. Now we have the instruction book and the colour call out. Yep, it's green. And it's got a few decals on it. So we'll get back to the instruction book. Now we'll have a look at the sprues. There's two sprues here. You have the B, the A and the B sprue. Now the A sprue has the engine on it and the gearboxes, radiators. So it has a lot of stuff on that kit, on this sprue. Again, nicely moulded. Again, you do need to clean up the parts. They're not as crisp as say Tamiya parts, but they're thoroughly. They're lovely kits to build. Yeah. There's the B sprue, which has your suspension parts, your exhausts. Again, they're slide moulded. Tiny bit of flash, your suspension, arms, etc. Now, be honest, I've built the KV1. Again, another sprue. This is sprue M. This indicates the turret type. Again, nicely moulded. If you have to put seams on them, you do the sprue. You do stretch sprue. The stretch sprue trick. Again, there's the interior. A little bit of flash there. Yep. There's the B sprue, which has more of the interior gubbins and the mount and the fuel tanks. Bit flashy. I think this tool was originally a 2006 tool, so some of it's showing its age. Now here we have another two sprues. D sprue, slide moulded cannon, or as they like to call it, a firecracker. Ordnance, or the breech for the gun. Yeah, bloody nice kit. Again, sprue C, this is. Has more detail. Some may need a bit of clean up, but it's what you get for 15 quid. That's the amazing part. This is the sprue K, which has the Lincoln length tracks. Now these definitely need clean up because they've got ejector pin marks visible on the tracks. Oh well, that'll take some time. And you've got the jigs for the ends. Obviously 2 sprues. Of those. And finally, well, it's not finally actually, we have the wheels. Now obviously they have rubber tyres. I know most, depending what factory they built it, they had metal wheels or rubber without tyres, or they have rubber tyres here. So this is sprue J4. Put them there. Again, this is some general greeblies, clear parts, brass wire, copper wire, and photo etch on that. And the piece de resistance is this little box here. Which has the bathtub hole and the upper part of the hole. Again, some clean up required. Some clean definitely required actually, unfortunately, but yeah. You'll need some work. Rather me than you. And again, decal sheet. Plenty of decals on here. So they're obviously for the differing versions of the kit. Now let's just put the sprues away. And right, so here we go with the legendary Hobby Boss instructions. Sprue callouts and the step 1, building up the internal suspension, putting the suspension on the inside. Again, no colour callouts of the turret for the hull. interesting. Again, building up the detail, driver's seat, and the putting the externals of the suspension on. Building up the engine. Now they do have colours called out on this, which is good. Yep, building up the engine. Fitting that all together. Fitting it in situ. Again, building up more detail that you're probably not going to see again. The radiators. Building up the upper part of the hull. Fuel tank, all the fuel tanks. The rope. Handy little measurement guide there for a 90cm brass cable. And yeah, idler wheels, sprockets, there's 2 of those. Again, go back to building the internals on the turret, on the hull, sorry. Yeah, no colour callouts for the interior. For the interior colour, I think I'll have to do some research on that. Then obviously fitting the road wheels and building up the tracks. Now, one thing I will say about Hobby Boss instructions is you have to count take the numbers as is. So build it up on the thing, because they come up short. They come up one less on it. So yeah, I struggled with that in the KV. And do not glue the idler wheel adjustment in either. Again, building up the turret, building up the mantlet and the breech for the gun. Again, no colour callouts. Oh look, we've got a colour callout there. We've got metal black for the machine gun. Obviously, the various types of shell that were fitted. And the adjustment for the gun. Again, fitting up some external details on the hull there. Making a bit of stretch sprue for the antenna. Or some nice fine wire will do for that. And that's it. And it says HX for the colour. Doesn't actually state what it is, but Russian green 2. There we go. H136. And a few decals to go on. Nothing much to give you any trouble with them. But there you go. There's a review of the T34 85 tank. Okay, bye for now.